So what would you recommend for a first-timer coming to Oasis? What are the things maybe they should do, research, think about beforehand? And then what would you recommend as a first experience once they actually get to the club?
It's so excellent that you're asking me this because I'm actually doing a presentation at the Nookie at the end of the month, and I'm going to be talking about your first visit to a sex club.
Love it.
Yeah. So,
and the Nookie is a great sex shop here in Toronto.
Yeah,
Love
I'm
it.
excited. I actually haven't been to the Nookie yet. I've worked with the owner, but I'm excited to present to their group.
Perfect. Give us the condensed version.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, okay.
Give us the bullet points.
So I recommend doing your research, website, checking out various lifestyle sites because Oasis, we list on all of these different sites. So the great thing about going to these sites is that you will probably be introduced to a community of people who already visit sex clubs and or maybe Oasis. So you can sort of have conversations online with people and ask questions and even like develop your own community, maybe even get a group together to visit together if that's like if you're kind of nervous to go by yourself.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
As far as like you and your partner entering the space the first time, I have some recommendations. One of them is set your boundaries before you visit the club. Discuss like what you really want to get out of your visit, but also like what's a hard limit.
Yes.
Because sometimes you can be in the environment and things are happening and it's a little overwhelming and you don't know, maybe something happens that you're like, I'm not sure if I want that to happen. And you kind of don't know what to say. You're overwhelmed. So having that conversation with your partner, these are things I don't want to do. These are things I do want to do is really important. So
that is such great advice. That's like negotiating before a kink scene.
Yeah.
Like, because when you're in the scene, you may not necessarily have the tools to be able to communicate how you feel in the moment if you're feeling uncomfortable or fearful or like ecstatic. Like, you may not have the tools in the moment because of nerves, because of lots of different reasons, right?
Yes.
So it's great to talk about it before.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, all of that, like that
in as much detail, explicit detail as possible, I feel like.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just a great tool in general.
Yes.
Like
any type of sex.
Yeah,
or any
type of sex anywhere.
Yeah.
You always kind of want to be, communications is so important. Yeah. Another thing that I like to recommend, you don't have to, I like to do this with my own partner, is have an exit strategy just in case. Like
have a safe word.
Yeah. And it's like it can be a code between you and your partner.
Yeah,
so
it can be a certain squeeze on the hand.
Or like
it can
tug on the ear or whatever you want to do.
Or are you just saying, I need to leave?
Yeah.
Whatever.
And some people don't, maybe you don't want it to be a big deal. You're like, I just really want to get out of here, but I want everybody to know.
Yeah, I'm just overwhelmed and yeah. Same within a scene.
Yeah.
It's like it can be anything from like safe words to I've heard like if there's a lot of oral things happening when you're unable to actually be able to say a safe word, hold like a squeaky toy or there's a little bell available or something.
I love
or
the
like
squeaky toy idea.
Yeah. So you can squeak it if you're like too much.
Yeah. Squeak.
Yeah. Twice a slow down.
Yeah.
20 times a stop.
That's so cute. I would love to hear that happen at Oasis. Like, there's that squeaky toy.
What is that? Someone needs to leave. Help her.
That's adorable. Oh my God. But important. Important.
Yeah.
Another thing I like to talk about is like think about what kind of fantasies and like what you actually want to get out of this visit. Like I like to see it as like a sexy field trip for you and your partner to explore completely on your own terms. Yeah. Like you can make that space like whatever you want it to be. Like as long as it's consensual and as long as it falls within the rules of like etiquette of the club, like the sky is the limit. Yeah. And so there's some really cool things that you could try that you would never even think to try at home. Having sex in front of other people, watching other people, something kinky, some role play, anything.
Group play, yeah.
And even the conversation itself is like a really hot, exciting conversation to have.
Just like negotiation, a lot of kink people really like half of the fun is the negotiation process. So it can be really sexy. It can be like totally like foreplay. All this talk about exactly the things you want to do and stuff like that. It can be very hot.
Yeah,
so like,
the anticipation.
Yeah,
is really great.
so I feel like don't be afraid to like have the conversation beforehand. Like it's going to be a fun conversation.
Yes.
Don't be like it's not a huge loaded. It doesn't have to be a huge emotionally loaded conversation. It can be like
very
sexting.
Exciting.
It can be like
exactly. And I guess the last thing that I recommend is attending some sort of newbie program. So for at Oasis, we have what's called First Taste, and First Taste allows people to visit at a reduced rate to get a tour and engage in a Q&A session.
Love it. Like just with the staff?
Yeah, with one of our First Taste hosts. Her name's Gina. And then, you can decide at that point, I want to pay the additional admission and stay, or, I don't have time, but I'd like to come back, and we put a credit towards your admission. Or you can just decide, you know what, this isn't for me, but you were able to see it for 2 hours. You didn't have to pay that much money, and like no harm done, right?
Yeah.
So, and the good thing about First Taste is that you are in a group of people that are just like you.
Yes.
So you're all of you are new.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't feel, as out of place. And the cool thing about First Taste is that sometimes what happens is the couples who attend decide, yeah, this is super fun. I want to stay and hang out. They all kind of hang out with each other.
Yeah.
Some things happen. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes they don't. But
Yeah.
it's just like a really cool way to meet people that are also new like you.
Yeah, and wanting to experiment maybe and
Exactly,
play, and are
yeah.
interested and curious and feeling probably a lot of the same apprehensions as you are. So
Yeah.
you kind of like, okay, I see you. I know how you're feeling right now.
Exactly. Yeah. And like, it's sort of like, kind of bonds people together, right?
That will definitely create some bonding moments.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I feel like at this point I might talk about some sponsors.
Okay.
And then in the second half, we're going to talk about all your super fun things that we have coming up at Oasis.
I love it.
In the next month or so.
Exciting.
Okay, so our first sponsor is a full-time sponsor of mine, comeasyouare.com. Hey, love you. Comeasyouare.com. If you don't know anything about it, get online now and go to this website because it is an absolutely amazing trans-owned, trans-operated sex shop that is feminist, that is anti-capitalist, and that wants to offer you great products at the lowest price possible. They're a real damn the man brand, so they don't want to just sell you shit, okay? And I can tell you that because they have given me a coupon code to pass along to my viewers and listeners. It is bedpost, all one word. That's BEDPOST to get a 15% discount at comeasyouare.com. And also, if you're in Canada and you order something that is $50 or over, they're going to give you free shipping. Love that. Another sponsor I have. Let me get organized here. Okay. Unicorn Collaborators. Okay. Have you heard about these people?
I haven't.
Oh, let me tell you.
Sounds exciting.
Let me tell you. Okay, they're two queer unicorns that have been doing leather work for about 5 years now. Okay, they make a lot of strap-on compatible harnesses in a lot of different ways. They make cuffs and collars and whatnot. And they have given me a bit of product to give away at the Bedpost stage show. If you want to hit up a stage show in the next couple months, we're going to have door prizes. We're going to give away this fabulous type of stuff. Okay. And while I've scooted out in my chair here, I'm wearing one of their fantastic thigh harnesses. Okay.
So jealous.
Let me show this off. Okay. Today I've brought a dildo so you can see exactly what this is meant for. Okay. So this is the lovely red harness, thigh harness. Oh, check it out.
Oh my God, that's
Yes.
so great.
Can we see it? Oh yeah, look at that.
I'm so jealous. I need a thigh harness so bad.
So a thigh harness, yeah. Fatima, what might you use a thigh harness for?
Well, I would put it on my thigh,
Yeah.
and I would let somebody ride it.
Yeah, just
my
like
leg.
a lap ride,
Yeah,
a little
like a
bit
lap
of
ride.
a little bit of a lap ride.
Yeah.
Something that I love thigh harnesses for is like to be lying down with somebody, and you know how your thigh can kind of slip between someone's legs while you're kind of lying down and making out, and you kind of press your thigh into their crotch a little bit and create a lovely dry humping moment where you can create this moment and actually have penetrative sex, which I love. So this is great for grinding and whatnot. And once again, this thigh high. You can tell I'm a burlesque dancer. I'm like, thigh highs. This thigh harness is completely adjustable, which is amazing. The Unicorn Collaborators really likes to do create products for a wide range of people.
Cool.
So from extra small to as large as you need it. And they're also really into doing custom pieces for people.
Oh, that's
so this
awesome.
particular thigh harness, let me give you a little show one more time.
Love it.
And this is just a little shitty dildo that Paul Ayoshi gave me. It was the one that would fit in this particular cock ring. But you can also interchange the cock rings to use any dildo that you have at home or any new one that you might want to purchase.
I got a couple I could slip in there.
Oh, yeah, right? Just make sure it's got that flared base so that it's going to be strap-on compatible. And then you're good to go. I have a lovely little business card holder that they happen to give me as well, which they custom made because they just love to custom make things.
Cute.
I've got my little business card holder here. So let's see. We've got Debbie and Eli from Unicorn Collaborators. You can email them at unicorncollaborators@gmail.com. You can go to their Facebook page at facebook.com/unicorncollaborators. And then Twitter, they are UC Collaborators. So go check them out and support these amazing Toronto leather artisans.
That's so great. I love the idea of a thigh harness because like I'm just not somebody who has a lot of the thrusting, the strap-on thrusting thing. Like,
yeah, I'm not super comfortable with those regular kind of pelvis strap-ons either. Like I don't think they just feel sexy on me.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm the same way. I want to get into it, but the pelvis. I'm better with the thigh.
Yeah. I'm better with my thigh for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back with Fatima Mechtab here from Oasis Aqua Lounge, and I couldn't help but notice this lovely hoodie you're wearing.
Well,
where did you get that hoodie, Fatima?
So this is a sweatshirt as part of our collection from Oasis Aqua Shop.
Yes.
So we've started our own clothing line.
Love it.
Basically, it just started with like tank tops and booty shorts that we had our promotional staff wear.
Yeah. Your aqua flirts.
Our aqua flirts. Our
yes.
Oasis aqua flirts. Yeah. We'll be seeing more of them this summer too, as like the weather gets nicer outside.
Yeah. Knock on wood. Yep.
And then we've expanded to include things like sweatshirts, t-shirts, robes, swimwear. A couple of accessories.
Did I see online you had a little custom bathing suit?
Oh my God, yes. So we also do custom pieces as well too. So I have a couple of custom made bodysuits because I like bodysuits. I'm not a bikini person. Not really much of a t-shirt person. I kind of like weird fit, like not weird fitting, like unique fits and cuts and stuff like that.
Yeah, a unique look.
Yeah.
And because yours, does it or does it not have a beautiful hood on it?
It's this gold lame hood.
Gold lame hood on a bodysuit.
And it's super high cut. It's just all bum. And I love that because it makes my legs look long too because I'm short and like, I'm small. So it just gives me this like 80s length. Like, the 80s.
I know. I can picture it.
Cut.
Oh, I can totally picture it. That's amazing. And
Yeah.
how would people, they just go to the website?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they can kind of collaborate with somebody to make a custom piece if they want to?
Yeah, like it would be great if somebody has an idea of a custom piece to send over a sketch or an image,
Very
like
cool.
just a point of reference.
Very cool.
Yeah, so we've been expanding the line. I did a couple of fashion shows for the Taboo show that was just last year, and as well as Sexapalooza the year before. And we have an Aqua Shop swimsuit fashion show happening at the club at the end of May. And one of the most amazing things about this fashion show as it's starting to develop is that it's going to feature all of the different people that work for Oasis and or like people that we collaborate with.
Yeah.
So a really great, wide, diverse range of people, bodies, identities. And
Love it.
The Oasis Aqua Shop is really about creating clothes for diverse people.
Amazing.
Yeah, because it's very much an extension of our values of the club, and our values of Oasis Aqua Lounge is that sexuality is for everybody and everybody, and we want our clothing line to reflect that as well too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about what might happen at Cherry Beach this summer, and how are you getting away with this?
Well, I can tell you how we're going to get away with it. So we are planning a nude dip at Cherry Beach on June 2nd, I believe it. Yeah. June 6th or 2nd? Maybe it's the 6th.
6th is the
Yes, June 6th. So that's a Wednesday. And we're going to coincide it with World Naked Bike Ride Day, which is June 9th.
Great.
So it's sort of a segue into World Naked Bike Ride Day. So basically
I'm just picturing a naked person on a Segway now.
I don't think I've ever read a Segway naked before.
I have a friend that has a unicycle Segway.
Okay.
Have you seen these? They're wild. And he actually does
awesome.
Segway tours, so he's like really good on it. These things are dangerous. Like I wouldn't recommend.
They need to come out to this new dip and ride their Segway.
They're unicycle Segways. It's so weird to see him on it. It's so funny.
Wow.
Anyway, sorry.
Got this great visual in my head right now. So we actually do a naked polar bear dip January 1st. So the beginning of the year, we always do a naked polar bear dip at Cherry Beach. And how we can get away with this is that as long as you have an organized group of people, you can get away with public nudity. So that's how they get away with World Naked Bike Ride.